have filed the ticket for his trip scheduled for 20th of February 2025, and he'll be arriving back into the country on 2nd of March 2025. In the affidavit, Your Honor, he has explained that he requires to travel to the United States of America to meet with the investors in person, to set up a USA bank account, and to furnish the relevant documents, USA bank account, and to furnish the relevant documents to enable transfer of funds to Kenya for his business. My client informed me that he's attempting to settle with the complainants, and this USA trip would provide him with the requisite liquidity for the said settlement. He pleads with this honorable court to release his passport and allow for a mention anytime after 2nd of March 2025 to verify his back into the country and the status of the attempted settlement. We urge this honorable court to consider the accused antecedents in attending court, in complying with court orders, in attending court, and in complying with court orders, and the fact that he was not found to be a flight risk in allowing for the release of his passport. Your Honor, we'd like to bring to the attention of court that the constant attacks and arrests are hindering his ability to run his business effectively. On that premise, Your Honor, I request the court considers our prayer and releases the said passport. That would be all. has raised $96,400 as indicated.
Has raised
$96,400. Knowledge Mr. Kairo has also been charged in a separate matter. When considered in their entirety, Your Honor, they all flow from his business on the alleged failure to deliver vehicles, and this one trip to the USA will allow for the release of that liquidity. The reasons have further been explained in the affidavit.
Yes, Your Honor.
We therefore pray that God considers the release of the said passport.
Verily. 3 days. 27th, 28th, 29th.
May. 27th is okay, 28th no, 29th is okay.
Madam, sorry. On mention date on 11th of March.
On 11th of, I request for 10th March or 12th March.
Made with regard to application for release of the accused person's passport to enable him to travel out of Kenya so as to return on 2nd of March 2025. I have also perused the affidavit sworn by the accused person on 30th January 2025 in that regard and filed on 31st January 2025. Please mute everybody online. Sorry for that. The accused person herein was granted bail on condition that his passport be deposited into court and that he should not travel out of the country without prior notice and consent of the court. The prosecution has objected to release of the said passport for the purpose of the intended trial for the main reason that the purpose of the trial has not been explained. The accused person, though out on bail pending trial, enjoys. The accused person, though on bail pending trial, enjoys freedom of movement. That freedom has not been limited. All that the court needs to satisfy itself about is that the accused person is likely to return back to the country so as to be able to attend his trial. That is the key consideration. From the record, the accused, as per the indications and entries in his passport, had traveled out of the country previously on a number of occasions and returned. There is no ground for fear that he will not return this time round. In the circumstances, the application is allowed. The passport of the accused deposited into court to be released to him personally, so as to personally return the same upon his return to the custodian thereof, as per the ruling delivered on 14th of January 2025, within 7 days of his return, that is 7 days from 2nd of March 2025. Upon return of the passport, the investigating officer shall verify authenticity to ensure that the accused person returns authentic passport. Hearing on 27th and 29th of May 2025 and mention on 10th of March 2025. Thank you.
Much obliged.
Yes, the Kairo on May.
Macau, again for the accused, yesterday. Your Honor, he's been unable to raise the $500,000. I've put in a formal application dated 30th of January 2025, supported by the affidavit of the accused, requesting for a review of the bail terms to much more favorable terms. Or even on personal bond. Your Honor, the previous intimation that is worth 1 billion Kenyan shillings was in relation to his company. His company's turnover. His company's turnover. Which sum included investors' capital and customer funds. Your Honor, my client is currently broke. The court is holding on to his 2 million. He's attached statement for his company's bank account, showing how much is transacted. The account currently holding 61,000. It's also shown several demands from banks for loan facilities that he has failed to honor. Your Honor, he pleads with this court to reduce the bail terms in order to uphold his right to bail. I promised I'll keep it short. The rest is addressed in the application.
And for which will be then for a mention maybe the 10th of March, which had already been given. Whatever last dates on the matters. So for that reason we not propose the application to review terms.
Is not proposed, and The same is merited in view of the intended consolidation of the three cases. The same is allowed. The accused is granted personal bond of Kenya shillings 3 million without a surety and mentioned on 10th of March 2025 as sought. You will sign a document undertaking that if you do not come to court for trial, you will forfeit 3 million shillings to the state. So it even has a greater consequence than the current terms. So make sure you come, or you put 3 million somewhere on standby to forfeit before jumping bed. So, next.
Thank you, Your Honor.
This Friday of 2025, Joseph Kairo. Diamond Jerry.
Was to be virtual and because they are making noise. You need to open again. Who is in this matter? Even as we